Hey there, it's Daisy from Design Squad Global. Owls are great as kids on the Design Squad Global website to design a bowl that will stay upright and won't spill no matter how much you tilt it. I think this is a great idea because it would be helpful for many people, like people that have Parkinson's disease, that have trouble controlling their hands because they shake, or little kids who have trouble using spoons. I'm so inspired by this challenge, I'm gonna sketch out some of my own ideas for a no-spill bowl. My first design is inspired by a build I did not too long ago, the Balance Magic Sculpture. I could take a bowl and attach skewers to it, and at the end of the skewers attach styrofoam balls. This will add weight and lower the center of gravity. As long as more than half the weight is below the resting point, the bowl will balance. Another idea comes from a device that we sometimes use in TV production, a microphone stabilizer. A stabilizer is a frame with rubber bands attached to it. The rubber bands allow the microphone to hang inside the frame, which prevents it from shaking too much. Just like microphone stabilizers use rubber bands to keep the microphone stable, this design would also use rubber bands to keep the bowl stable. Okay, that's okay. A little top. And there it is. Another idea is something called a gimbal. A gimbal is a device that helps keep objects stable. It uses a system of rings that turn so that the object stays horizontal at the center. I'm going to show you how a glide cam uses a gimbal. See, the handle pivots left and right and up and down. This keeps the camera stable. So now I'm going to draw a gimbal. In our case, the center of our gimbal will be a bowl. An outside ring will keep the bowl from tipping forward, and an inside ring will keep the bowl from tipping side to side. So this first design won't let the bowl stay flat on a table. You'd have to balance it on something, so that's not good. With the second design, it would be hard to get to the bowl, and the rubber bands might make the bowl bounce. I'll go with the gimbal design. A gimbal won't block my spoon's path to the bowl. The bowl shouldn't bounce around either. I've decided to prototype my gimbal design. A prototype is a test version. When prototyping a design, you can use materials that can be quickly put together and might not be part of your final design, like insulation foam. I've already cut the inside and outside rings from my insulation foam. My inside ring has to be bigger in diameter than my bowl, and my outside ring has to be bigger than both. These two rings will go around the bowl. One will move front to back, and the other will move left to right. And here's a plastic bowl that I drilled in order to connect the rings to the bowl. So now I'm gonna make 4 holes into the inside ring. So now I have my 4 holes. Now it's time to make holes on the outer ring. And this one is only gonna have 2 holes. Now it's time to connect the rings to the bowl. I'll connect the bowl to the inner ring using 2 bolts. See? The ring moves and the bowl stays flat. Okay, now it's time to connect the bigger ring. I'm gonna use a nail because it's bigger. So it's left to right, and then we have front to back. It stays flat, yay, it works! Okay, so if I was to make this again, I think I would use a bigger bowl because this one doesn't hold much food. And I'd build it with much smaller rings because this big prototype is hard to hold with one hand. I need my other hand to hold the spoon. Do you have another way to make a no-spill bowl? Send in your ideas to the Design Squad Global website.